Let's cross up to Queensland now and catch up with Nationals leader David Littleproud, who joins us from Rockhampton, the shadow cabinet meeting up there in Queensland in the next couple of days. Thanks for joining us, David. Big focus on electricity prices. A lot of blame from Labor saying that you guys didn't do enough on transmission and renewable energy and the like when you were in government. But the point here is what we need the opposition especially to confront, because Labor never will, is that this plan to replace all of our energy, 80% of our energy, with renewables will not work. It's not worked anywhere in the world. We are hurting ourselves.
Yeah, well, the reckless speed in which Chris Bowen wants to go towards renewables is putting significant pressure on our system, but also our costs. And you're already paying for that now. And Alinta CEO let the cat out of the bag when he said that energy costs for next year alone will go up 35%. Now, that's about $600 a household. You add on the fact that Anthony Albanese's already walked away from the $275 per household commitment he made during the election. That's nearly $1,000 that he's taking out of households. We don't have the same issues that Europe have. We have sovereignty of our resources here, and that gives us the capacity to be sensible about living up to international commitments, about making sure we use technology for the traditional industries like gas and coal, using carbon capture storage, but also not being afraid to embrace new technology like the emerging technology in nuclear, the small-scale modular, to make sure that we've got firming. And this is the important issue that we as Nationals and the Coalition are saying. We're not against renewables, but we've got to be sensible about giving affordable, reliable energy that reduces our emissions, and we can do that because we've got it all. And that's not just running into one sector. We can't put all our energy eggs in one basket. And I'm not the only one saying that. AEMO, who run our market, are telling us that as well. You need this thing called firming, and renewables cannot do it all. And you are going to pay for it if you go into renewables.
But that's the problem. The policies we're talking about and the way Labor are implementing them, and frankly, the promises you took to the last election, ignore the science, ignore the reality. The International Energy Agency says we can't get to net zero on current technology. Don't you need to take the bull by the horns and say that you'll scrap the net zero target and favour, first and foremost, providing secure, affordable energy for this country? We're energy rich, for crying out loud.
Well, Chris, we took the election, we can do it all because we're a smart country. If you don't sign up to net zero, and I know there's a lot of emotion about this, but the fact is that capital markets were factoring in up to 3% on your mortgage. Now, you want to add that to household budgets at the moment, good luck to you selling that one. If you want to say to farmers you want to reduce your commodity price...
Yeah, well, how are our electricity prices going, though?
Well, Chris, I'll answer the question. I think it's important. This is where we took a sensible solution of investing in technology, protecting traditional industries. I've got 4 coal-fired power stations. I've got the biggest reserve of developed coal seam gas in the country. And I took to the election a sensible solution around technology. In fact, we've drilled the first hole for carbon capture storage and waiting on the Queensland government to give us environmental approval to be able to start putting carbon down there. But I was also, when I became Nationals leader, was the first one to write to the Prime Minister and ask for a National Energy Summit to look for that new emerging technology of nuclear.
And you're pushing nuclear as well.
That's common sense, and this is, well, that's what we're going to use, and we're going to live up to international commitments. So it gives us a licence to trade. But I'm going to protect our industries and make sure we use this thing called common sense, and that's what I'm going to lead and make sure that this new emerging technology in protecting our traditional industries and looking to new ones like nuclear gives us that sovereign capability. That's common sense. That's what the Nationals take to Canberra.
Thanks, David. David Littleproud there. We do need to move on. We've got a crowded program, but that is right. You can't get there to net zero without nuclear. The International Energy Agency says that. We will get to net zero one day. Everybody knows that. You just don't want to destroy your economy and lots of people along the way.